Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher Realm. Today we'll be checking out this exclusive Heroes Return banner that's going to be coming up, and for that reason I want to go over what hero you should pick of the limited exclusives. But anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so if you go over to the game news and then scroll down to the second anniversary celebration preview, and you can scroll down a bit from there, you see a lot of the stuff that's going to be happening during the anniversary, including the banners that are going to be happening as well. So you get down to the exclusive heroes return. What exactly are we looking at here? Select one of the previous exclusive limited heroes, excluding Moradin, for a time limited rate up and guaranteed within 200 summons. So you're going to be able to choose whichever limited hero that you want, and well, besides Moradin, and try to summon for it. You know, Kagiri, if you want to get Kagiri, this is a really cool banner. I don't know, this banner is just insane. I can't even think of a better way of doing this. The user being able to actually choose the exclusive hero and summon for it in case they missed one at some point is amazing. If you missed your Kagiri, if you missed your Sun Wukong, if you missed, you know, whatever, if you missed them, some of these heroes are very essential in a lot of the guides that we put out there as content creators. So it makes it easier for you to follow if you can achieve them or obtain them. I mean, what I want to do is, this is going to be on 7/31. So this is going to be July 31st until August 4th, which is a good chunk of time. There is going to be some other banners coming up. So just real quickly, how crazy are you going to want to be with this? So Moradin is going to be an exclusive as well. And he's going to be running from the 17th to the 21st. So you might want to just save yourself 200 summons, or try to go for the Moradin as much as you can and then hope you get another 200 by the time you get to that exclusive banner. That might be a really good idea. But Moradin is an amazing unit. It's really hard to say. If you have like an A3 Kagiri or something, you might want to go for that. Just skip Moradin. I think he's going to be very essential though, so I think you want to go for these heroes. We do have Ingrid and Valera showing up on an Ancients banner on the 19th to the 22nd. And we have Melvira and Elowen showing up as well. Melvira is really good. Elowen is of course essential for most accounts. We go to that exclusive heroes return, and that's, I think, the gist for the most of the big banners that are going to be happening. So Valera is going to be a big one I think you want to go for. Regardless of whatever's going on, hold all your Ancients until you get to the Valera banner, and then try to pick up an Ingrid copy if you can. It doesn't really matter. You just want to shoot for Valera. She's amazing. She's absolutely broken. I don't think she's gonna, I should say absolutely broken. I don't think she's gonna actually break the game or anything, but she's definitely gonna be essential in a lot of content. And the things that she can do is just gonna help you out no matter who you are. End game, early game. Early game, she's gonna be amazing for progression. End game, she's gonna be amazing for pushing records, numbers, higher stages of gear raids, everything. So she's just really, really good. So the Melvira Elowen banner is a hit or miss. If you have an Elowen, you're probably not going to want to go for that. But anyways, let's get down to this. The limited exclusives. Now, I do have on the website here a filter. If you go over to prospector.gg, this is your profile. By the way, sign up for this and get logged in. It just kind of lets me know how many. We have like almost 600 members on the website right now. It's really cool. It's really turning out to be something special. But click on Hero Guides, scroll down a bit, and then you're going to click this filter. And for the summon filter, you just select the limited exclusive heroes here. Close your filter. I'm going to make this filter a lot better eventually here. But you can see the 10 heroes as of right now that are limited exclusives, including Moradin, which is right there. But you're not going to be able to select him, so you're stuck with the other 9. Now, which heroes are you going to want to go with for priority? That's what we're going to talk about today. And that's the main priority today. So it's not going to come to any surprise that Kagiri's A5 is going to be a priority for most players. This goes over Moradin, I think, personally, but you're going to be able to start like really breaking some record numbers. Moradin is amazing, but he's no Kagiri in certain content, especially like Abyss 1 and stuff. The second one that you're going to go for is going to be Sun Wukong. Sun Wukong is just another unit that is just essential. He's useful everywhere. APOC 2, APOC 1, Abyss 1, Nightmare 4, Nightmare 3. any single target kind of content. He's great in GVG. Kagiri does not even really have a good place in GVG, to be honest with you. But those two heroes are going to be your main priority. If you have, for example, like an A3 Sun Wukong and an A3 Kagiri, I'd go with Kagiri. Kagiri, people can argue about it that you have your favorite hero being Sun Wukong, you like him more than Kagiri, but in all honesty, he's just not as game-changing as Kagiri is to most accounts, especially at the lower awakening levels. Sun Wukong does need that A5 to start being really useful. Kagiri starts breaking records at awakening level 3. So, and you can see some kind of APOC 2 run showing that Sun Wukong is having the highest score. It really depends on how you decide to use their ultimates. So if you, like I do it when you're really trying to break records, you do it always during the vulnerability phase in between each phase. So after you take each phase down, there's a little time there where you can do as much damage as possible, and that's really the only way to really increase your damage numbers. If you activate Kagiri and Sun Wukong throughout the whole fight during that time, Kagiri will come out on top. If you activate Sun Wukong in the middle of the fight, or in the middle of the phase, and then during that phase, and you just let Kagiri sit there, you don't use them, Sun Wukong will probably take the top. But for the really end game players and then pushing the high end kind of content or scores, Kagiri is going to come on top. I'm sorry, Sun Wukong lovers, it's just not going to happen. But that doesn't mean that they don't stand next to each other, like almost on equal damage, especially when it comes to single target. Kagiri is also capable of AoE damage. Just another note about Kagiri, he does crazy amount of damage in Gear Raid 2. He was one of my 2 heroes that I used. Now, moving on from Kagiri and Sun Wukong, I say Kagiri is number 1, Sun Wukong is number 2. But who would be number 3 if you had these guys A5? Number 3 is going to be Diao Chen. And you're going to want to try to get to at least the A1 Diao Chen. If you don't have her, you're going to try to shoot for 2 copies of her if you can make it happen. It's hard to do that, but if you do have her and you have her like A0, A1, you might want to try to shoot for Awaken level 3. She's just that important. After you get the Awaken level 3 on Diao Chen, you can kind of step back and not really go for her anymore. The A4 and A5 are great, but they're not really that game changing for most people. Alright, so going on to number 4. We're gonna go all the way over to Anora. Anora is gonna be your number 4 pick. Anora at A0 all the way to A5 is an amazing unit. She's one of the strongest mages in the game. She has her little dragon that comes out. We figured out that Infernal Roar is definitely the best set to go with her because her dragon that she summons and sits there has that 40% attack boost throughout the whole fight. If he comes out in Soulbound Arcana, you can't stack an extra 10% each time the ultimate is used. He's stuck with that original boost to his damage the moment he comes out on the field. You can't increase that damage. He just gets that damage multiplier and that's it. So they're going to go Infernal Roar with her. Now, how far do you want to go? As far as you want, honestly. Anora, all the way up to A5, it's just better and better and better and better. She has amazing awakenings. She has amazing damage. She's very useful in GVG. She's very useful in Gear Raid 1. She's very useful wherever you decide to put down a mage that is like her, and she has the ability where she has a really high attack, and she cannot get buffs from allies, but at the same time she doesn't need them. Okay, she doesn't need inspiration. She doesn't need crit rate boost, crit damage boost. You build her right. It's just one of the best units or mages in the game. I might even say that she is the best mage in the game. So she's going to be our number 4 pick. Number 5, in case you have all those or you just don't want them for some odd reason, I doubt that's going to be the case. I'm going to say that we go over to Lust. Now, Lust has a really nice bond skill with Arrogance. They do unlock a nice bond, and then she does a ton of damage. She's a very good unit. She's been power crept by Kagiri and Sun Wukong quite a bit. Otherwise, she would still be really high up there on the list. If Kagiri and Sun Wukong weren't a thing, they just weren't in the game, she would probably be number 1. I'd be suggesting that she'd be your number 1 pick, okay? She's just that good. She does a ton of damage, and she's very useful for the Nightmare faction. Not really much else to say about her other than that. She does supply some rage regen for her allies. She has attack speed is through the roof. It works really well. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else to say about that. Arrogance bond skill with her is really good, and she makes Arrogance that much stronger just for you having her. So maybe you just want to go for an A0 just to unlock that bond. So your arrogance is just that much stronger. After that, it's going to start getting tough because we got Gwendolyn, Falcia, Captain Reeve, and Dahlia to choose from. And I want to kind of break it off in a three-way tie because it's really going to depend on who you want to have the most. Dahlia is a super weird and super niche. She has like an Ingrid style range where her just goes in a straight line and she has to go on a platform, which makes it even worse. If she was on a ground tile, maybe that would make more sense because you can kind of like put her blossoms on the tiles on the ground for her. But with that being said, it is really niche. There's some events that come out where she's very useful, but then it kind of just backs off. GVG, occasionally you see her being used, and she can be pretty good in GVG, but she's just not any kind of meta that we've seen so far. She's just useful. Captain Reeve has this. Actually, I'm gonna open him up because he has like a really weird ability with, I think it's Razak. There's like a bond skill here. Let me see here. Obtain the hero Razak to unlock the following bonus effect. Gold obtained through battle is increased by 6%. This applies when Captain Reeve is on the team. It doesn't need to be be placed on the field or anything like that. This hero is actually really good. Okay, Captain Reeve is a very good fighter. He does an amazing AoE damage, and I just really don't know what else to say about that. He's really good for faction trials. He's almost like needed. Like it makes faction trials a lot easier. He can handle the bottom wave or the top wave all by himself, just sitting over there, and he does an amazing job. Okay, now back over this way, and then we have the other one, Falcia. Falcia has been buffed, and she's a lot better. This might be your next pick if you don't want the other two. She's very good. She's a very good unit now. She does a ton of damage. This really doesn't compare with the others. I definitely put her down on the lower end just because her faction alignment isn't the greatest, though she is ESO faction now, so it kind of fits for Abyss 1 if you want to try to use her there. And she can do okay. It's just not that crazy. She also now has an extended range here of actually 2 tiles ahead of her. Not really a lot to say about that one either. So we have actually a 4.2, I think, rating coming from me. But man, it's really high. It's a really good rating. If you scroll down here, you see the ratings here. You can see her usefulness across all the other content is about a 2.3, 2.4. This number is generated automatically here based on her score of all these stages. So it's not something that I have to calculate any way, or it's not my personal opinion on it. But these are. So in Drake's Chasm, she's a 5. Titanic's Ruin, she's a 5. Serene Grimskill, she's a 4. GVG, she's a 2. She's just not that great there. Hellfire, she's a 0. This happens to a lot of the heroes. Immortal Codex, there's a lot of stages that they just can't be used for. Arbor of Frost is 0. Conquerors 2 are 1.5. You know, these kind of things are going to show you, or this kind of rating scale is going to show you the average usefulness across all stages. Okay, so that rating is going to be a 2.4. Roughly a 2.4, roughly. It's probably like a 2.35. So yeah, she doesn't really score high in that sense, but she is still an amazing unit. She's still worthy of going for. Although we just had a banner for her and it's just not that exciting. Just because we probably all summoned and got her what we wanted out of her anyways. If you want to shoot for her further, go for it. Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn is very niche. She's a very unique hero. I put her in the last position because she's going to be the least needed hero out of all of them for you. And it makes total sense because she is a healer. She does offer some amazing shields. She's able to grant HP based shield to one ally in range, so it's all HP based. Shield strength scales with the healing effect attribute. Interesting, right? Grants 1 shield to one ally in range, which can absorb damage equal to 60% of Gwendolyn's max HP. So the higher HP, the higher the shield she's gonna be putting out there. But she is granting it to, you know, 1 ally in range instead. I mean, come on, give me it to 3 allies in range. I don't know, something better than that. She could use a buff, but in reality, she still is very, very powerful. There's no reason why I would say if somebody wanted to go for it, it would make sense to me. Now, I just gave you my top 9 list in order of what you should go for exclusive heroes. That being said, let's say you have your A3 Kagiri, you have your A3 Sun Wukong, you have an A3 Diao Chan, and then you're like, well, I really don't want a Nora. I don't need her. And I want to go for Felsia. It's up to you. It's not really something. You just go for Felsia. If you're happy about going for Felsia and you think she's going to help you out, go for it. It's not something that's really locked in, like it's going to ruin your account or anything if you don't pick one of these. But I still say go make sure you have a Kagiri and Sun Wukong. They're just that good and they're that useful. But anyways, guys, I think that's it for today's video. I do want to say before I go, if you go to my homepage here, we have the Creator of the Year awards going on. If you wouldn't mind, I would like it if you'd go and vote for me for the Creator Rewards. I think my position right now is like number 12. I'm not even making the top 10. You got to make the top 10 to even like be considered for it, right? Where are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12. Dustin and I are just kind of sitting down here in top 12, unfortunately, and D's kind of following up close behind. Now, this is just basically user engagement and where you're prioritizing your votes. But anyways, if you are appreciating the website, if you're appreciating everything that I'm doing on the channel here, I'm spending a lot of time on the website lately, so you're probably not seeing my presence on YouTube quite as much because I'm doing a lot of custom coding. I will show you something really quick, like this attack speed calculator. The formula is remaining hidden. I decided that I wasn't going to reveal that formula that I have discovered, but I have an attack speed interval calculator, and this is very useful. You can just select one of your heroes' attacks or attack intervals, whatever hero you're choosing to do, and it will tell you how much attack speed or what your attack speed will actually give you for an attack interval. So let's say you want to go up to, maybe you get like a 600 attack speed boost to your hero, and he has a 3.5 attack interval, brings it down to 1.66. Now, in game, that's going to show you a 1.7 attack interval, but there is a 10th position. Actually, there's also 100s as well, of your attack speed. All the attack speed matters, so you don't really know because it's going to round up to the next, or round up or round down to the next attack interval in the 10th position, right? So it's going to show you a 1.7 instead of a 1.66. It helps to know exactly where you are on the attack speed. Maybe you want to know, maybe you don't want to know. This is a really useful tool for you, but I think it's going to be a really cool tool for a lot of people. That being said, you can also kind of theory craft what it would be like if a 3.5 attack interval hero had specialized attack speed. With a 600 attack speed, you'd get a 0.78 instead of a 1.66 attack interval. It's really useful. Probably spent, a good chunk of the day just setting this one up itself. We have all kinds of things in your price calculator, secret achievements. The stage guides is something that I want to work on in the future. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that yet. We have the artifacts, we have the gear sets. You can also go over to your profile and go to My Heroes, and you can set up your own profile roster, right? So you can choose up to 9 or 10 starred heroes, which would be your favorites, and then you can actually add all your heroes and awaken them inside of this roster, and then you can actually just share it, copy the link and share it with a friend or whatever. If somebody's doing a takeover, you're looking for some advice, you can actually share your roster with them really easily. They can just come over here and look at this, or if you just want to use it to show off whenever you want to, it doesn't really matter, up to you. But it's there, and it's going to be used for BP tools and filtering systems in the future. So definitely come and take advantage of this. There's going to be some content that will start to being locked out to members only. Memberships will always be free though. Membership will always be free. This attack speed calculator is actually one of the first pieces that is members only. You just need to have a profile and be logged in, and then you can go and access that. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, remember to check out prospector.gg, get signed up. Remember to join Discord. If you're not sure where that is, you can also go to the website and just click on the Discord button here. Follow me over on Twitch. And I think that's about it. Thanks for tuning in. I've been the Prospector. Until next time, keep digging.